Ash. How are we? Looks like it's a court appearance.
Yeah. What did I do this time?
Amen.
TV crew is going to be late.
Okay.
Southern Cross, they're always late. Yeah.
Oh, that's not legal. How are you?
Lucas.
Feel a bit lonely sitting up here.
Yeah. Pressure's on you. We're all right, lads. Eh?
Alright, Ken. How's things looking for the weekend, mate?
Yeah, I think we're in good shape. We've prepared pretty well. We've had a couple of good results on the road, so we're looking forward to the game now.
These guys have been pretty good, Nick. How do you think they'll go?
Yeah, I think they're starting to hit form. They're running into a good style of football. They're playing well, moving it around well, and they've got quality throughout. So it'll be an exciting match. Neither side have got anything to hide. We both know each other well, and I'm sure it'll be an entertaining game on Sunday.
Have you found a weak spot on Zebras?
Well, we might, with a bit of luck, find one, hopefully. Around 2:05 on Sunday afternoon. Yeah, they're a good side. They play quality football, and they have quality players throughout. They've adjusted things at the back. They're very creative in midfield. They're lethal up front, so they've got good combinations. But I've been very happy with our performances. We've built up gradually from a slow start into quite a solid team now, and our last two performances have been very good.
Are you at where you thought you'd be at this stage of the season? Wins, loss wise and draws?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of an unknown, with it being a new league, but I think if we were in this position, at the beginning of the year, I would have been very happy with where we are, and I'm more pleased with the way we've started to move the ball around. We've started to move it a bit quicker, and that's been a positive sign in the way we've played.
What's the go with O'Meara and Lewis? Will they be starting this week?
Both of them are in the squad. One of them will definitely play. Will definitely start, but at this stage, a little bit unsure.
Any other changes?
Mizael will come back into the squad, but other than that, it'll be pretty much the same team that started last weekend.
Any thoughts of South Hobart getting a flying player at all this season?
No, not this year. I don't think we will go down that track. I think the exercise that Zebras did last week with College was brilliant. He was fantastic for the game, and I'm sure for Zebras as well, and for their lads playing with them. But we have other ideas. We may look on the coaching side to bring a coach in down the track a little bit to work with our younger players and develop that way. But it was a great initiative, and well done to Zebras.
Why wouldn't you consider a flying player?
Mainly the expense and maintaining, a player of that nature. We've had quite a few, as you know, in the past. Korean players come through, and we've got a Slovenian now in Urish, and they have the difficulties. And we just find, I just find that there are some good talent around locally, and we'll do that. And if we bring a fly in, it'll be for a season, not just for a 2 or 3 game.
What about the coach then? Is that just someone that come and take a couple of training sessions or something? Is that what you're
we're talking with a coach in England presently. He's in Singapore at the moment, just doing some work for the English FA, and we're hoping that he will come down for a year or 2 years and work on our academy side of things and develop the youth, Tasmanian youth footballers.
No danger of you quitting your post or anything here for the long haul?
In for the long haul, and I'm feeling healthy and well at the moment, so I just want to keep going. I love getting out on the track, working with the players, and we've had a really good week, even though it's been cold this week. I've really enjoyed getting out with the lads and working hard. Thank you.
Thank you. weekend's game?
Yeah, definitely. We've been playing well the last few games, getting some good wins and so Zebras, so it should be good.
You happy with the team's at so far? Obviously, you're pretty good, Nick.
Yeah, the team's performing really well, and as we had a bit of a shaky start at the start of the season, but every game we've been improving, getting better.
What exactly do you think? What's been the change? Just getting used to each other, I guess?
Yeah, maybe that's starting to gel together really well. Yeah.
All right. How did you enjoy last weekend, mate?
Yeah, it was a great experience. All the boys really enjoyed it, and it's good to get like the indication of like what's required to that next level.
Is it a big jump to the next level?
Oh well, just the way his presence and his talk and you can see like the difference between keepers down here and keepers obviously at the next level.
What do you make of the weekend's game? It'll give you a good test of where you're at, I suppose.
Yeah, well we've last 5 games got 5 unbeaten, so it's pretty make or break for our season really. On the weekend, it should be a good game.
Are you happy to have Tommy on board full time now? Well, not that he wasn't, but
Yeah, Tommy's a good guy, good coach, easy to get along with. All the boys really respect him, and it's easy to get along with.
Yeah, it's nice feeling to be made a permanent coach, mate.
Nothing changes for me. You know, I was there till the end of the season anyway, and this deal is still along that line. So day to day, nothing changes. I was working as if I was the permanent coach anyway.
South undefeated this season, mate. How have you looked to overcome them since last time you met?
We're playing a different style of football now. I think a little bit more possession oriented, and we're trying to allow our creative players to be creative, to express themselves, and that's one of our strengths. And we have to focus on our own strengths and try and negate theirs where we can. And yeah, there's no secret to it. It's just, okay, this is how we think they play, this is how we think we can stop that, and this is how we think we can play to beat them.
Do you think you're playing your best football at the moment, or you still got a little bit of work to do? Or
We've still got improvement in us. We've only been together in this new guys for 6 weeks. So from a season perspective, we're 4 weeks behind everybody else. If you include pre-season, we're up to 16 weeks behind. We're working hard to catch up, and the boys are working really hard and taking things on board. So I think we've come along a bit quicker than I expected, but we're not the finished article, no.
as I was saying, that you've been in ripping form obviously, but this will give you a good test of where you're at coming up against the benchmark.
Every game against South Hobart is a litmus test for you at any time of year. They've been super consistent over the last 5 or 6 years. So yeah, this is a big test for us about where we're at. But again, we're only concerned with what we do, and it is a challenge, and we're looking forward to it.
How did you, what did you get out of last weekend from Zelko?
I guess presence, knowledge of the game. There you could see a keeper out there that knew what he wanted his players in front of him to do, and he was commanding that the whole time. You know, he was on, one of our young boys copped a serve from him, and it was brilliant to see, because perhaps players are too nice on the field to each other here when people make mistakes. And it's good to be encouraging and all that sort of thing, but as a keeper, people judge you by the goals that go against you, and if your players in front of you let you down and you're not letting them know why, whose fault is that?
Is that what you're kind of hoping to get from Ryan?
I think he'll add that sort of level of experience. He's been to Bayern Munich, so he's trialled there. He's been in the Sydney FC set up for a while. He's worked with Zelko closely for a couple of years. So I expect that he's going to have a certain presence on the field, and he will be demanding certain things of the players in front of him. That's certainly what I want.
What did you think in the first 40 seconds of the game last week when that goal was kicked?
I said to the boys on the bench, I said, that's the goal we needed to concede. And they were looking at me strange and said, now it's done, it's dusted, we can relax. And you could see after that, we were shaky for another minute or two, but then we started to play our way into the game, and at about the 15-minute mark, we started to play the way we want. So it was a slow start, but the goal going in, better in the first minute than the last, and it was something I think that kind of needed to happen to make the boys relax.
And would you consider flying in someone else, or is that maybe for this season kind of thing?
Those decisions aren't mine. they're done by the committee and the president, and they just sort of liaise with me. I'll work with what I've got. I've always said I'm happy with the group I've got.
Would you encourage it though if they wanted to do it again? Would you be happy to do it again?
If it's right for the club, I'll encourage it. Yeah.
Do you think the loss of Ricky Self is a big one this game?
The loss of Ricky Self any week is a big one. You know, he's a super talented player, and I know South Hobart rate him quite highly as well. And when you let Ricky play the way he can and you encourage him to attack, he's dangerous. But having said that, Kurt Engels comes into my first 11. He's faster than Ricky, just as skillful, and he's got a lethal finish.
Cool. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for that, Tommy. Thanks for that info.
Nothing I didn't make public before.
No. Just get some cutaways, guys. That's all right. Keep having a chat.
Keep having a chat with someone. So is Kurt the only change?
Oh, and Ryan.
And Ryan.
Yeah, Kurt will come in for Ricky. Yeah.
How's Paul travelling?
Unknown. He's participated a little bit, but he's still a few weeks away.
Henry still working?
Henry joined in the training last night, but I held him back from what he wanted to do because I don't want a repeat of what happened last time. I don't want him to rush himself. So Henry, I think, is panicking a little bit because he's worried he's not going to get back in the squad. So we'll see how we go.
And is he still on the team, on the bench?
Yeah, he'll be on the bench. He's essentially a light replacement for Henry. So he gives me a lot of adaptability on the bench. He can play different styles.
All good.
Cool. All right. Thanks, guys. Good luck.
Yeah, very much.
Sorry about the wait, guys. That's all right. You're right for tomorrow. It's Brent.
Yeah, he'll play.
Chat to Brent about it. But